Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is the second day of the Saw series, which is appearing to be actually a week earlier than intended. So I apologize if a lot of the videos seem like they're kind of turned around. I will go through and I will edit the release dates of all of my videos shortly. That really kind of screws up with a lot of my plans, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll move it right along, and hopefully it doesn't mess up too much, but I suppose we'll see. But today we're going to start talking about Saw 2. Saw 2 was released in 2005. It was written by Lee Wannell and Darren Lynn Bousman, and directed by Darren Lee Bousman as well. So this is the first film directed by him. There's 4 of them, I think. I think he did Jigsaw, but I don't remember. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But this movie is really, really solid. No spoilers, but essentially what happens here is we have this cop who is in this marital problems, and the Jigsaw killer takes his son hostage in this house full of other people who were bad, and basically tell them that there's this gas coming in and they're going to die if they keep breathing it. And the only way to stop it is to find an antidote within the next 2 hours in the house. But of course there's traps and a lot of interesting bad things that happen that can be quite torturous. So it's up to the cop to figure out how to coax Jigsaw into telling him where the son is, or else the son will perish. And this movie is almost as good as the first one. There's some issues, like, I don't really care for a lot of the police work that happened here. It's pretty good, but, like, a lot of it isn't very good. And some of the scenes in the house kind of feel like they're weird. Mainly because it was filmed in one building, like everything was. So I feel like maybe that if they had an actual on-set location, it would have been easier for them to actually film and make it seem more cohesive. But that's okay. It wasn't that big of a deal. The idea of the movie and how it was presented to me was fantastic. I loved it. I really, truly did. I had so much fun watching it. And the traps are so much cooler in this one than the first one, because in the first one there's just 2 people and they're in a bathroom, and there's some other traps like the reverse bear trap, which is pretty cool. But in this one there's so much more. There's the one where they put the hands in. There's a glass cutting down. That one freaked me out a lot. It's awesome. There's a lot of really cool traps here, and it's fun to watch, and I like it a lot. Let's talk about some of the acting. Tobin Bell as Jigsaw. This is the first time we really get to see Tobin Bell as Jigsaw. He's in the first one, but like kind of sort of not. It's complicated. But seeing him actually as Jigsaw gives me the creeps. He's awesome. He's almost like up to Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs. Almost. In just the creepy factor we get from him. Because like, you watch him and he doesn't seem like he's a bad guy, right? He seems totally logical. He seems, like an actually pretty cool human being, but really, he's technically a murderer. He's not. He didn't actually do the murders, but like, he's a secondhand murderer. He's insane, and it's so cool to watch. And Tobin Bell does a really good job, and I hope that we see him a lot more in the future. But I honestly don't know. Shawnee Smith as Amanda. So we've actually seen her before. In the first movie she was there, and she was there as like this girl that had to live through Saw and all that kind of stuff. And it was cool. I like the idea of returning the character, right? And the character's cool. She's okay. She's a main character in the house, but she gets even more coverage in the next movie, which I have already watched. I've only seen up to the first 3. And I like her a lot. She's cool. She's not very well rounded in this one, although I completely understand why. No spoilers, but I completely understand why she felt that way and she seemed that way. But it was kind of annoying probably for viewers who just had seen the second one without seeing the third one immediately afterwards. Donnie Wahlberg as Eric Matthews. So he's the dad, he's the cop, and he does a really good job. Like, he's angry most of the time, but there's times where he has sympathy and anger and almost, I can't even explain it, almost remorse. He's good. He's really good, and I was really excited he was in this film. He's really, really fun, and honestly, without him, I don't know if this film would have sold exactly as well as it did. Mainly because it's kind of a big name, but also it is, like, he does such a good job of it's so hard to put into words. Basically, he shows us the son and the father relationship as something more than it is, right? Because in the beginning of the film, he's mad at him, but then, of course, throughout the film, he's like, he's my son, I still love him. And while it doesn't quite sell, it still does really well, and I did like him a lot. Eric Knudsen as Daniel Matthews. So he's the son, and he is trapped in the house, and he and Amanda are working together to try to figure out how to get the antidote and get the hell out of there. And he's really, really good for a child actor. He's really, really good. I think I've seen him before somewhere. I feel like I have. I just don't know where. But he was really solid in here. And all these actors and all these just jumbled mess of awesomeness culminates in the coolest ending. I didn't think they could beat the first one. I think they actually did a better job in the ending of this one than the beginning one, than the first one. I think it was a really solid ending. Although I guess I didn't like the actual ending, but leading up to the ending was better, I think. I like the idea that they're stuck in a house. I like that a lot, that they're confined to this space, right? Which was really cool to me. I really did like it. And overall, a really fun movie, a really good sequel. Not quite up to the spirit of the first one, but still definitely watchable and fun to watch. And I'm going to go ahead and give Saw 2 an A. I apologize for the mishap. So I had filmed a bunch of videos that were supposed to come out last week, but they're actually coming out this week because they moved the Spyro release date a week ahead. And I'd already filmed last week's videos, which are now going to be next week's videos. So when they say next week, and they like, oh, well, don't stick around for my Saw series, there will not be a Saw series coming out the week after that because this is the Saw series. So it's a complicated mess, but that's okay. We figured it out, kind of, sort of, not really. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about Saw 2 in the comments below. I love reading them and I love responding. Make sure to subscribe if you want more of the Saw series, and then the videos that also promote my Saw series next week, because my bad, I guess. Or, no, it's not my bad. It's Lionsgate's fault for changing the release date so late in the year. But that's okay. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.